And today we'll discuss the new topic. The topic name is heat exchanger. The topic or name of the topic is heat exchanger. Heat exchanger. The topic name is heat exchanger. The topic name is, what is the topic name? Heat exchanger will be there. What is heat exchanger? See, you know very well what is heat exchanger. See, what is heat? Heat is a one form of energy that you can't be create, and you can't be destroy that one. You can't create and you can't destroy that one. So, heat is a form of energy, you can't create and you can't destroy, but one form of energy can be transferred into another form of energy. One form of energy can be transferred into another form. So, in this also, here one hot fluid is there and another one is the cool fluid is there. From hot fluid, heat will be transferred to the cool fluid. From cool fluid, heat will be transferred to the hot fluid. Like that, vice versa transaction will be there. So, cool fluid will gain heat, cool fluid will gain heat, and hot fluid will lose heat. So, that one is known as heat transfer. So, here what we are doing, we are taking the two mediums. One is the hot, one is the cool. If you want to transfer from hot to cool, then you have to keep both sides parallel or perpendicular. Like this, you have to make the arrangement. Then you have to transfer from higher fluid to lower fluid, higher fluid to lower fluid. Let's take the example of a cup of tea. In cup of tea, suppose the temperature, I am assuming the temperature is equal to 40 degree. How much temperature is there for cup of tea? 40 degree is there. Cup of tea temperature is equal to how much? 40. Surrounding temperature if you consider, somewhat 23 degree is there. If you keep that cup of tea some time, automatically heat will be transferred, but you want in an effective rate, if you want to transfer, if you not do anything, automatically the heat will be transferred from that cup of tea 40 degree to, it will reduce to some 25 degree or 30 degree, but it will automatically it will transfer. But here you want effective transfer. For effective transfer, what you will do, you open the fan, you keep that cup of tea in down the fan. So, what happen, automatically the heat will be effectively it is transferred. You are adding some external agent, due to that the rate of transfer will be increased. So, here also I consider a one device, that device I consider as name as the heat transfer device, So, in that device if something is there, so automatically or effectively it will do, it will transfer the heat. So, that one is known as heat transfer. So, many ways are there for transferring the heat, but we are discussing about three types, heat of exchanger. So, what are the device we are using for transferring the heat? That one is known as heat exchanger. What is the name of the device? Heat exchanger. The name of the device is equal to heat exchanger. So, many types are there heat exchanger, but in your topic or in your syllabus only mostly three types will be referred. First one is the parallel flow, second one is the contour flow, third one is the cross flow. Parallel flow, contour flow, cross flow. Parallel flow, contour flow, cross flow. These three types of the heat exchangers are there. So, here some examples are there. In every problem, you have suppose problem it is mentioned that whether the given flow is parallel flow, whether the given flow is contour flow, whether the given flow is cross flow, it will mention in your question. So, whenever it will mention your question, according to that parallel flow only you have to take the formula. According to that parallel flow you have to take the formula. According to contour flow you have to take the formula. According to the cross flow you have to take the formula, and you have to draw the diagram and label that. Okay, na? So, here three types are I drawn. Mostly it will use. First one is the, as you can see that this one is known as parallel flow heat exchanger. In parallel flow heat exchanger, as you can see, this is the line diagram, not the actual diagram. This is the line diagram. In this pipe, hot fluid is flowing. So, I am telling that three types of heat exchanger are, more are there, but in your syllabus only three types of heat exchanger are. First one is the parallel flow, second one is the contour flow, and third one is the cross flow is there. So, mostly problems based upon this three types of flow. In your question it will be mentioned that the given one is the which type of flow. According to that you have to select the formula. According to that only you have to draw the two diagrams. One is the line diagram, other was this TS diagram, okay, line diagram, and TL diagram. T stand for temperature, L stand for length. T stand for here TL diagram. T stand for temperature and L stand for length. So, first we will discuss about the parallel flow heat exchanger. In parallel flow heat exchanger, this is the hot fluid, this one is the hot fluid. This one is the hot fluid. In this pipe, hot fluid is going. In this pipe, hot fluid is going. In this pipe, which type of fluid is going? Hot fluid is going. In this pipe, which type of fluid is going? Hot fluid is going. If you consider the other thing, beside that surrounding, if you consider which type of fluid is going? Cold fluid. As you can see that the direction of hot fluid from this side to this side, and the direction of cool fluid from this side to this side. I want to say that for both the fluid, the direction will be same. For both the fluid, the direction will be same. So this type of flow, it is known as parallel flow heat exchanger. This type of flow, it is known as the parallel flow heat exchanger. This type of flow, it is known as the parallel flow heat exchanger. For the hot fluid, the direction will be same, and the cold fluid, the direction will be same. But there are directly contact with each other is not there. Here indirectly contact is there. Only heat is transferring. So in this fluid, hot fluid will go in. If you want to cool the hot fluid, from surrounding, you have to pass the cool fluid. The cool fluid will gain the heat, and the hot fluid will lose the heat. Okay, now it will lose the heat and it will gain the heat. So here the entering temperature of TH1, the entering temperature of hot water, T stand for temperature, H stand for hot, and 1 stand for first section. Okay, now this one is known as second. One stand for entry, 2 stand for exit. 1 stand for entry and 2 stand for exit. So whenever TH1 is given, so hot fluid enter. TH2 is given, hot fluid is exit. TC1 is given, hot fluid is cool fluid is enter. When TC2 is there, so cool fluid is exit. This is hot fluid enter, this one is hot fluid exit, this is cool fluid enter, and this one is the cool fluid exit. Next you have to draw the TL diagram. This one is the T and this one is the L. TL diagram. If you see the TL diagram, see automatically what happened here, the temperature of hot fluid is decreasing. Previously the temperature was 70 was there. After it will complete the process, the temperature is decreasing. Slowly it is decreasing, and the temperature of cool water, the temperature of cool fluid, the temperature is increasing. For this the temperature is decreasing. For this the temperature is increasing. As you can see here, the temperature is decreasing, here the temperature is increasing. So what you have to do, temperature is decreasing, and for hot fluid temperature is decreasing, for cool fluid temperature. So like this you have to draw the curve. This is the temperature, this one is the temperature. You see, if like this curve is going up, so temperature is increasing. Temperature is increasing. When it cool fluid is going, automatically the temperature is increasing. For hot fluid, the temperature is decreasing. Decreasing means downward, increasing means upward. And this one is known as TC1. This one is known as TC1, and the exit one is known as TC2, and this one is known as TH1. The exit one is known as TH2. This one is known as parallel flow heat exchanger. This type of heat exchanger is known as parallel flow heat exchanger. Next one is the contour flow heat exchanger. Contour flow heat exchanger. Name only itself telling that contour flow. Contour flow means hot fluid is going in one direction. Hot fluid is going in one direction, and the cool fluid is going in another direction. Hot fluid is going in one direction, and the cool fluid is going in another direction. So this type of flow, it is known as contour flow heat exchanger. See indication, this one TH1 entry temperature of the hot fluid, TH2 exit temperature of the hot fluid, TC1 entry temperature of the cool fluid, TC2 exit temperature of the cool fluid. You have to remember this, TH1, TH2, TC1, TC2. As you can see the diagram, this diagram is known as TL diagram. T stand for temperature, L stand for length. As you can see here, see hot temperature, temperature is decreasing. Hot temperature, see hot temperature is decreasing. For hot fluid the temperature is decreasing. For hot fluid the temperature is decreasing. For cool fluid is starting from this side. Cool fluid is starting from this side. For cool fluid the temperature is increasing. The cool fluid the temperature is increasing. For hot fluid the temperature is decreasing. For the cool fluid temperature is increasing. Now this one is known as the contour flow heat exchanger. Next one is known as the cross flow heat exchanger. This one is known as the cross flow heat exchanger. In cross flow heat exchanger, see, in one direction x axis, this one is known as x axis, this one is known as y axis. Okay, here the heat transfer of fluid will be perpendicular to each other. See, this one is known as parallel, this one is known as perpendicular, this one is known as parallel, and this one is known as perpendicular. So in cross fluid, perpendicular will be there, the flow of direction. See here, hot fluid is entering like this and it is leaving like this, okay na? Hot fluid in, and this side hot fluid out. From upside cool fluid in, means spray type it will come, spray type it will come. Mostly you will see in this ice manufacturing factories, like this setup will be there. Wherever the ice manufacturing factories will be there, na, there you can find this type of setup will be there. So here cool fluid in, and this one is known as cool fluid out. This is cool fluid in, and this one is known as cool fluid out. This one is known as hot fluid in, and this one is known as hot fluid. Here you can't indicate TH1, TH2, because only single fluid will be not there. Here number of fluids will be there, okay na? You can pass here different type of fluid, here different type of fluid, here different type. So you can't indicate TH1 and TH2 here, TC1 and TC2, depending upon fluid. Either you can use the same type of fluid also, it's up to you. But whichever you want to decrease the temperature, for decreasing temperature or increasing temperature, you will use the heat exchanger. It is not only used for decreasing the temperature, it is not only used for increasing the temperature, it is used to increase as well as decrease the temperature, okay na? The function of a heat exchanger. So heat exchanger is classified into how many types? 3 types. First one is the parallel, second one is the contour, third one is the cross flow. Clear? Okay, as you can see, the next one is the two derivations are there. These two derivations are important. First one is known as the parallel flow, second one is known as the contour flow. If you know parallel flow easily, you can go for the contour flow also. So here derivation, like this derivation will be given LMTD, logarithm mean temperature difference. LMTD, logarithm mean temperature difference will be given here. Logarithm mean temperature difference for parallel flow. Next one will be there, logarithm mean temperature for contour flow. This one for parallel flow. If you know parallel flow, easily you can go for the contour flow. Okay, in that two derivations are there. First one is the parallel flow, second one is the contour flow, and the exam point of view, these two derivations are important. If you know one derivation how to solve, remaining is another one is the same also, only sign changes will be there. So LMTD for parallel flow, LMTD for contour flow it is given. So here a logarithm mean temperature difference for parallel flow is given. What is given in this question? Logarithm mean temperature difference for parallel flow is given. Logarithm mean temperature difference for parallel flow. Here the logarithm mean temperature for parallel flow, what you have to do? First you have to draw the diagram for parallel flow. Two diagrams you have to draw, line diagram and TL diagram. This one is known as TL, temperature and length diagram. As you know, in parallel flow, hot fluid is going like this and cool fluid is going like this. This is the pipe setup is there. Sectional view you are seeing. Sectional view means that pipe, hollow pipe is there. In hollow pipe, if you are cutting, the sectional view will be like this. So here hot fluid is going from left to right and cool fluid is also going from left to right. Hot fluid is also going left to right and cool fluid is also going from left to right. So this one is known as parallel flow. If you can see this, see the cold fluid temperature is increasing, the cool fluid temperature is increasing, the hot fluid temperature is decreasing. So entry temperature TC1 is known as entry temperature of cool fluid, TC2 is known as entry temperature of exit temperature of cool fluid, TH1 is known as the entry temperature of hot fluid, and TH2 is known as the exit temperature of this. So what you have to do, whatever the distance from this line to this line, you have to take as theta, and this one you have to take as the d theta, and this one you can take as the TC, and this area in between that you can take as the TA. Okay, this one is the area and temperature distance is there. So this is the arrangement for parallel flow. This is the arrangement for parallel flow. Now what you have to do, first you have to start like this. You have to first write down what are the you are considering here. Let us consider a elementary area. Elementary area means selective area you have to take. Selective area you have to take. Area, that one you are indicating with dA. dA, selective area you are indicating with dA of the heat exchanger, of the heat exchanger. In that heat exchanger, what you are doing, only you are taking this selective area, only you are considering this selective area, only you are considering this selective area. So that one is known as dA, and the rate of flow through this elementary area is given by, means if you want to find out the heat transfer, if you want to find out the heat transfer. So as you can see that, let us consider the elementary area. Only in this you are considering this area. This area is effective. Here more heat transfer will be take place. So this one you are considering. So effective area you are indicating with dA of the heat exchanger. The rate of flow of the heat through the elementary area is given by, the rate of flow of heat through the elementary is given by. So you have to remember this formula. The formula will be dq is equal to u dA dH minus dC. What is the formula? dq is equal to u dA dH minus dC. So you write down as it is, dA write down as it is, dH minus dC can be write as delta T. H stand for hot, C stand for cool. H stand for hot, C stand for cool. So this is the difference in temperature is there. So you can write as delta T. After that you have to remember this as a result of heat transfer, as a result of heat transfer dq through the area dA. In this whatever the heat transfer is there, whatever the heat transfer will be there. So what you have to do, the hot fluid is cooled by, the hot fluid is cooled by dH, where the cool fluid is heat by the, in that hot fluid is C, hot fluid is cooled by cool fluid and cool fluid is heat by hot fluid, means this one is with the help of this the temperature of this one is decreasing, with the help of this one the temperature of this one is increasing. So cool fluid is increasing its temperature and hot fluid is decreasing its temperature. So that one only I want to say that the hot fluid is cooled by the as a result of heat transfer. When the heat transfer will take place dq, the area of dA, the hot fluid is cooled by the where the cool fluid is heat by the dC, dH and dC. dH stand for hot fluid and dC stand for cool fluid. The energy balance over the difference area dA may be taken as. Now you have to balance the energy. So what you have to do, dq is equal to mH Cph dTH, mH Cph dTH. Same thing here, mH is there, mc Cpc dCc. This is for hot fluid and this one for cool fluid, and these two are equal to general. General means u dA dt dH. This one u dA dt dH, u dA TH TC. TH stand for hot temperature, this one stand for cool temperature. So here where dH is negative and dC is positive, you have to consider this one, you have to take as the negative. Why you are considering this one as negative? Because heat losing, that fluid is losing its heat. So losing means mH, minus mH Cph dTH, here mc Cpc dTc. So this one is negative and this one is a positive. So what you have to do, you have to take this one and this one first. First you have to take, so dq is equal to minus mH Cph dTH. Then you have to take this one and this one. Then you have to take this one and this one. What you have to take here, dq is equal to mc Cpc dTc, mc Cpc dTc. So here you have to take dTH is equal to minus dq mH Cph. Then this mH Cph can be write as Ch, and dt is equal to dq, dt is equal to dq mc Cpc. This one can be taken as Cc, this one can be taken as Cc, and this one can be taken as Ch, where I wrote here Ch can be write as mH Cph, this one can be write as this one can be write as this one. This one is known as heat capacity or water equivalent for hot fluid. This one is known as heat capacity or water equivalent for cool fluid. One for hot fluid, another for cool fluid. Okay, parallel heat exchanger already we started. In that what is given, Q is equal to, this is the equation type is there, this is the equation type is there. So here what is given, dQ is equal to U dA TH minus TC, du is equal, U is equal to dA TH minus TC, U dA delta T, this is the U dA, this one is the delta T, dH minus dC can be write as delta T. These equations are important. You have to remember the equation is step by step simplification is there. Variable separable is there. After that integration is there. So first you have to remember this formula. What is the formula? dQ is equal to U dA, TH minus TC is equal to U dA. This one is known as the delta T. So here what you are taking, what you are doing means dTH, this one dTH is equal to minus dQ by mH CpH, this one you have to remember. First you have to remember this one, second you have to remember this one. These two things you have to remember, this box and this box. So dTH can be write as minus dQ mH CpH, and mH CpH can be write as CH, MC CpC can be write as CC. MC, CPC can be write as CC. Here also minus will be there, here also plus minus will be there. This side is also minus will be there. So DH and DC value you got. This is the DH and this one is the DC. After that, do these two things you have to remember. After that, what you have to do? You have to substitute. After that, what you have to do? You have to substitute. Now MH and MC are the mass flow rates of fluid. MH and MC are the mass flow rate of the fluid, and CPH and CPH are the represent specific heat. So first one is the mass flow rate, second one is the specific heat. First one is the mass flow rate, second one is the specific heat. So what you have to do? You got two equations here. I told you these three equations you have to memorize or remember this one. So this is TH1 and this one is the TC2. This is the TH1 and this one is the DTH and DTC, DTH and DTC, difference in hot temperature, difference in cold temperature. So that one is equation 1 minus equation 2. So here also you have to do that one, equation 1 minus equation 2, equation 1 minus equation 2. So equation 1 minus equation 2 means what is the answer here? Minus dq. See, dq again you have to take common. So 1 by ch plus 1 by cc. Here 1 by ch is there, 1 by ch, here 1 by c is there. So here you can take minus dq if you take common, minus dq if you take common, 1 by ch plus 1 by cc. This left time right side term you have to subtract right side, and this left side term you have to subtract left side. After that you have to take the common, after that you have to take the common. See, this is the right side term, you have to minus dth minus dtc, dth minus dtc. Next what you have to subtract? Minus q by ch minus dq by dc, minus dq. So here you took the minus common. So 1 by ch plus 1 by cc, minus minus will become plus, minus minus will become plus. That minus is there and here formula minus is there. So minus minus will become plus for this term. After that what you have to do? dth minus dtc can be write as d theta, can be write as the d theta. This one is the d theta, not dq. This one is the d theta. So dth minus dtc can be write as d theta, equal to write down as it is, then minus write down as it is, dq also write down as it is. This is 1 by ch, 1 by cc, 1 by ch, 1 by cc. Now substituting the value of dq from the equation. Now substituting the value of dq from the equation. See, this one write down as it is d theta, this one is the theta, this one write down as it d theta is equal to, see here, in place of dq, as you can see the first equation, this one, dq can be write as u dA th minus tc u dA delta t. In place of dq I am writing that one. In place of this dq I substitute this one, minus I wrote as it is, this minus I wrote as it is. In place of dq what I wrote? u dA th minus tc, u dA th minus tc. After that whatever the leftover term is there, 1 by ch, 1 by cc. After that what you have to do? This is here. After that what you have to do? Next step what you have to do is here, write down minus as it is, u as it is, dA as it is, dt minus dc can be write as the theta, dh minus dc can be write as the theta, 1 by ch, 1 by cc will be as it is. Then d theta by t is equal to minus ua dA 1 by cc plus 1. Same thing you wrote here. This one and this one both are similar. What are the difference? Both are similar. Now now it is become variable separable. What is the difference? Means here theta term is there. This theta you can shift this side. This theta you can shift this side. If you shift this theta that side, it will become variable separable. Here theta terms is there. Here a terms are there. This is the theta terms are there, and here the a terms are there. So what you have to do? Integrate between internal and outer condition. Means here you have to integrate with respect to theta, and here you have to integrate with respect to a. Here you have to integrate with respect to theta, and here you have to integrate with respect to a. So see here, if nothing is there, here you have to consider the 1. Here you have to consider the 1. Integration of 1 with respect to theta. Integration. Otherwise, integration of 1 by theta is there now. 1 above you have to assume. Integration of 1 by x will be, integration of 1 by x will be there. So in of directly I wrote upper limit and lower limit. So better to write in of theta 2 minus theta 1. The formula will become log a minus log b. So directly you wrote like this. Write like this, in theta 2 by theta 1. Then here minus as it is. This term is the constant. Take out the constant. Now here nothing is there. You are integrating with respect to a. So this u also you have to take outside. This u also you have to take outside. Whatever the leftover term here, 1. So integration of 1 with respect to dA means a will come. What will become? Integration of 1 will be a. So here now the total heat transfer between the two fluid is given by Q is equal to CH TH1 minus TH2 CC TC2 minus TC. This one also you have to remember. Till here you have to stop. After that you have to remember this equation. How many things you have to remember? This one, this one, second one is this one, and this one is the third one. Q is equal to CH TH1 minus TC2 and CC TC2 minus TC1. So this one, see, after that what you have to do, this q belongs to this term as well as this q belongs to this term also. This q belongs to this term as well as this q belongs to this term. So separate the CH, separate the CC. As you can see, I separate the 1 by CH. In place of 1 by CH, what I got here? TH1 minus TH2 by Q. TH1 minus TH2 by Q. In 1 by C, TH1 minus TH2 by Q, 1 by CC, TC2 minus TC1 by Q. Okay, na? This one is there and this one is there. Now substituting the value of 1 by CH and 1 by CC will get 1 by CH and 1 by CC will get where you have to substitute 1 by CH and 1 by CC, where you left the equation here only, na? So in of T2 by theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to minus UA 1 by CH plus 1 by CC. This value here in place of 1 by CH, in place of 1 by CH you have to substitute TH1 minus TH2 by Q, and in place of 1 by CC what you have to substitute TC2 minus TC1 by Q. After that what you have to do, see this one you write down as it is, in of theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to minus UA, here you can take the Q common, from here both side Q are there, take the LCM and take common, whatever the leftover is there, TH2 minus TC2 minus TH1 minus TC1. This one can be write as theta 2 and this one can be write as theta 1. In place of this you can write theta 2, in place of this you can write theta 1. Then after that this one you write down as it is. Which one? See, after that what is the equation? In of theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to UA by Q. This is theta 2 minus theta 1, theta 2 minus. Go for the cross multiplication, separate the Q. Go for the cross multiplication, separate the Q. So Q is equal to UA theta 2 minus theta 1 by in of theta 2 by theta 1. The above equation may be written as here, this is the like this also you can write down. Better to memorize this one only. Q is equal to UA theta 2 minus theta 1 in of theta 2 by theta 1. In this equation, three things you have to remember. First thing, this one. Second thing, this box. Third thing, this one. If you remember these three things, easily step by step you can solve this one. First you have to remember this one, second you have to remember this one, and third one you have to remember this one. This one. So what you have to do here, after remembering that one, you have to substitute here equation 1 minus equation 2. This one you have to consider as a equation 1 and this one you have to consider as a equation 2. This is equation 1 and this one is the equation 2. So equation 1 minus equation 2 is equal to, and in from this 2 you have to take the minus common, minus Q. So here you can write d theta, this one can be write as d theta is equal to minus Q 1 by CH 1 by CC. Now substituting the above value, dq value, here dq is there. In place of dq you can write u dA th minus tc, u dA th minus tc. So here you can substitute for solve that step by step, you can get the answer. Like this you can solve. If you know parallel flow, contour flow is also same. Contour flow is also same. Only need to change the sign. Okay, completed everyone? Like this you have to do. From that you will get the LMTD, logarithm mean temperature difference between. This one for the parallel flow, next one will be the contour flow will be there. Like this only contour flow will be there.